This right here is the first project I'm tackling. I think I've scrounged up enough tin back there to maybe put a roof on it. Got a few extra sheets right here. Maybe I'll do a couple of the sides. There's some more tin laying around the place to throw up on it. And it's gonna be a pretty wild looking chicken coop. The termites, they ate up a little bit of it. This is all treated, so they shouldn't eat anymore, but you can salvage quite a few of these 2x4s, but as you can see, they're pretty bad in here. But I think it's salvageable. Good enough for a chicken pen. That'll all be the nesting boxes and stuff in there in this front part. I'm gonna put up this year run, put some bigger panels or something on it, reinforce it a little bit for the critters, and I think it'll be a good chicken coop, but we'll see how it goes. Before we started putting tin on the shed, we figured it'd probably be a good idea to put some 2x4 braces next to these here old rotten eaten 2x4s. Should be good enough for chickens. Once my supervisor said that they were good enough, we decided we better start cutting tin and slapping it on the shed before it got too hot outside. I'm gonna cut a hole in the front of this building for a solar powered chicken door opener. This should let the chickens out into their run during the daytime. I probably should have completely rebuilt the roof of this pen, but I slapped some tin on it and called it good. The sun was coming around and it was starting to get pretty dang hot outside, so our supervisors were telling us it was almost time to be done. Once we finished in the back side of the shed, we called it quits for the day. All that's left is a door to be installed on one side, ventilation to be set up on the other. The temperature outside was approaching 100 degrees, and we didn't want to work in that. We decided to go swimming instead. You guys are going to have to check in next week and see what kind of progress we've made on the coop. Hopefully there'll be more to come. Pull the free door out of the trash. I think I'm going to mount it to my chicken coop. It's a little bit big for the existing doorway right there, but we're going to try to make it work. It's going to look good. We're going to go ahead and make this here doorway just a touch bigger to fit this door. Huh, what do you think we ought to do here? You have more experience with this than me. The picture? Well? That's not gonna work. Shoot. I think I got myself a chicken coop door. How to do the trick. Well, we got the chicken coop all tinned. The door's installed. Kind of looks like I don't know, one of them bedrooms with all the stars in it, with all the holes in this tin. It gets its little extra ventilation. Now we're going to start installing the solar powered chicken door. I'm going to see if I can't rig up where the solar panel powers an external battery, and then I can throw in like a radiator fan or something, power off a battery, get some air circulation in here. It's getting a little warm. I'm going to go ahead and build a little frame right here. Screw that board in right there. Cut in a little hole right there. And that guy will mount up just like that. And that's all protected from the elements in here. Well, I got the hole cut for the solar door. Now I think I'm ready to stick the run on. Let me show you the inside. Got her all installed. And it looks like it's powering on, but we got to get that solar panel in the sun so it can actually do something. I don't really like the mounting hardware for the solar panel, so I'm gonna make a metal slit that goes into that little plastic doohickey there and screw it to that board. So I cut out this here little metal slit. Now I got to make it fit. Check that out. It fits like a glove. Now let's mount up this panel. It's working pretty good. That's how I wound up mounting that solar panel. I think it'll work okay. Now I got to get this chicken run out front. And the goats got out again. How you guys doing? Good? Dang. Found an awesome screw in my dang tire. Let's see if we can't fix this. Keep one of these in every one of your vehicles. I'm not sure if this is going to be able to plug this tire or not though. All right, ready? Here we go. I think it's gonna work. I need to go get a knife and cut off the excess. Sweet. In true fashion, I got sidetracked and I didn't pick up the dang screw at that board. I gotta go back and find it. That'll probably be good enough. Yep, right where I threw it out. Ready to pop another hole in a tire. So all that's left on this thing is to put one more piece of tin right there. And I figured out why people mount these here solar chicken coops on the outside of their coops. Apparently there's a light sensor built into the computer right there. I think that's a little silly. I think they should have put in like a light sensor built into the solar panel, but what do I know? They're pretty cute. That brown and speckled one. You got some pine shavings in your hair.
I think this one's my favorite. Feathered feet. Okay.
Now off to your chicken coop. I'm here at a stoplight and oh my gosh, these chickens just reek. Can't hardly breathe in this car. Hey girls, you doing good? Well, we made it to the homestead. Chickens survived. They did good for the whole ride. And now we're going to see how they like their new chicken coop. Here we go. Wasn't so bad, was it? Hey, buddy. You don't know what to think. Here, little buddy. I never really thought things through when I installed this here glass door. Man, this is gonna be like a peep show to all these here kitties. I hope the chicks don't get too scared. I gotta go ahead and kick out these curious kitty cats before they eat a chicken. Get out of there. I bet he'd like the taste of chicken, wouldn't he? Get out. Get out. I'm gonna make sure this here. The chicken door seems to be working. If he can keep the cats out, hopefully he can keep out all the coon. Let's see how these two chickies like their new home. Yeah. It's about 80 to 85 degrees in here. So I'm hoping that I don't have to run a heat lamp in here. When they get a little bit bigger, I gotta come up with some sort of ventilation system so that way they can all stay comfortable. Oh, this is so much better than being in my basement. Chickens are some nasty, dirty birds. Cats are trying to get in. Now I gotta go ahead and get some bedding down. I'm pretty fortunate they have a concrete pad going around this here shed. That could keep any predators from digging under. We're gonna have fun with that. We'll go ahead and get their food off the floor for now. I went ahead and set up their food and water right there so that way they don't fill it full of pine shavings, but you know how chickens are, they're probably gonna fill it full of poop. I left a little bit too big of a gap there underneath the door, so I'm gonna cut down this 2x4 and seal that gap to prevent any predators from coming in. Well, I fixed the gap down there at the bottom of the floor. All the chickens seem to be liking their new home, and I think we're gonna do well. I went ahead and put a cinder block in front of the automatic coop door just to make sure it doesn't open by accident. So we should be set to go. I'm gonna be taking the goats out of this here pen on Saturday. They did a pretty good job eating it down. I never found any surprises in this here chunk of pen, but we'll see if they can find anything in their next rotational spot. For a treat, I went ahead and got them a mineral block. Hopefully they like that. They're even eating the cedar trees in here. They're getting hungry. They're ready to be moved. Ain't you girls? Well, the chickens are finally getting used to their new home. I think it was worth all the hard work.